You are paying $2,400 for a soundbar that does not even support DTS. Let that sink in. 5 soundbar brands are robbing you blind with inflated prices, ecosystem lock-in, and missing features they hope you never notice. And 3 hidden gems deliver real Dolby Atmos and real subwoofers for a fraction of the price. So hit subscribe now, because gem number 1 costs $110 and comes with a subwoofer included, something the $900 brands can't say. Here is why the soundbar market is completely broken. TV manufacturers spent the last decade making screens thinner and thinner, which means the built-in speakers got worse and worse. That created a massive opportunity for soundbar companies to charge premium prices for what is essentially a replacement for audio that should have been decent in the first place. The playbook is simple. Slap Dolby Atmos on the box, add a brand logo people recognize, and charge $800 to $2,400 for a single bar with no subwoofer included. Meanwhile, brands you have never heard of are shipping full 5.1.4 channel systems with wireless subwoofers and rear speakers for under $350. The spec sheets do not lie, the marketing does. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly which brands are robbing you and which ones are actually worth your money. Sonos Arc Ultra. The Sonos Arc Ultra costs $999 and it ships as a standalone soundbar. No subwoofer, no rear speakers, just the bar, for $1,000. Sonos will happily sell you a Sub 4 for another $799 and a pair of Era 300 speakers for $450 each. So if you want the full surround experience Sonos advertises, you are looking at $2,698 for a soundbar system. The Arc Ultra has a 9.1.4 channel configuration, which sounds impressive on paper, but it only has a single HDMI EARC port. No additional HDMI inputs at all. If your TV's HDMI ports are already full, you have a $999 problem with no solution. And here is the real kicker. The True Play Room calibration feature, the one that optimizes audio for your specific room, only works with an iPhone. In 2026, if you are an Android user, you are paying $999 and you cannot even access one of the headline features. Sonos has excluded Android from TruePlay since the feature launched, citing microphone hardware variations. That excuse stopped being acceptable years ago when competitors like Dirac started supporting both platforms. The Sonos Arc Ultra sounds good, nobody is debating that, but $999 for a single bar with one HDMI port and platform-locked calibration is not value. It is a brand tax. Bose Smart Soundbar 900. The Bose Smart Soundbar 900 retails for $899. For that price, you get the soundbar. That is it. No subwoofer included, no rear speakers. Want to add surround? Bose sells wireless surrounds for $349 a pair and a bass module for $449. That brings your total to $1,697 for a complete system. The Soundbar 900 measures 41 inches wide, weighs over 15 pounds, and has Dolby Atmos decoding. But in head-to-head tests, reviewers consistently note that it cannot match the Sonos Arc on bass output or virtual surround quality, and the Sonos Arc itself is, the product I just told you, is overpriced. So you are paying Sonos level money for Sonos minus performance. But the real problem with Bose goes deeper than specs. In late 2025, Bose announced it would be bricking entire multi-room systems by February 2026. Customers who spent thousands building Bose ecosystems discovered their hardware would become non-functional. Customer forums are filled with people describing their $700 and $900 soundbars as expensive rocks. When a company can remotely disable hardware you already paid for, that is not a premium experience. That is a subscription to someone else's roadmap. You deserve better for $899. Quick pause. If a company remotely bricking a $900 soundbar you already paid for didn't already bother you, hit subscribe now, because the next 3 brands on this list don't get any better. And the gems are about to get ridiculous. Samsung HWQ990D. The Samsung HWQ990D launched at $2,000. It is an 11.4 channel system that comes with a soundbar, wireless subwoofer, and 2 rear speakers. On paper, it looks like you are getting a lot for your money compared to Sonos and Bose. And honestly, the sound quality is excellent. So what is the problem? Ecosystem lock-in. Samsung's headline feature, Q Symphony, which synchronizes your TV speakers with the soundbar for enhanced audio, only works with Samsung TVS from 2020 to 2024. SpaceFit Sound Pro, the AI room calibration, is also optimized primarily for Samsung TVS. Wireless Dolby Atmos, another marquee feature, requires a compatible Samsung TV with Wi-Fi. If you own an LG, Sony, or any other television brand, you are paying $2,000 for a system where multiple flagship features simply do not work. That is like buying a car with heated seats and finding out they only activate if you also own the manufacturer's brand of garage. The subwoofer, while included, uses a single 8-inch driver in a massive cabinet, and the LED display on the soundbar is notoriously hard to read. For $2,000, you should not need to squint. And my number 1 hidden gem, the brand almost nobody is talking about, is coming up in just a moment. It costs under $350, and it beats everything on this overpriced list on the specs that actually matter. But first, 2 more brands you need to avoid. Devialet Dione. The Devialet Dione costs $2,400 for a single soundbar with no subwoofer, no rear speakers, and no option to add either one. Devialet does not even sell a subwoofer. What you get is 17 drivers, including 8 built-in subwoofers, crammed into one unit. The bass reaches down to a claimed 24 Hz, which is genuinely impressive for a single bar. But here is the problem that $2,400 does not fix. The Dione only supports Dolby Atmos in a 512 configuration. It does not support DTS:X at all. In 2026, shipping a $2,400 soundbar without DTS:X support means every DTS encoded Blu-ray disc in your collection plays in basic stereo. The remote control costs an additional $200 if you want the premium Devialet option. What Hi-Fi gave it just 3.5 out of 5 stars, specifically calling out that it is not the most immersive and is dynamically restricted. For $2,400, a soundbar should be redefining immersion, not getting called out for lacking it. Compare that to the Samsung HWQ990D, which is $400 less, includes a subwoofer and rear speakers, and delivers true 1114 channel audio. The Devialet Dione is a beautifully designed piece of industrial art, but as a soundbar, competing against systems that cost half as much and deliver twice the immersion It is the definition of paying for a logo. LG S95TR. The LG S95TR has a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $1,500. It ships with a soundbar, wireless subwoofer, and 2 wireless rear speakers in a 915 channel configuration. That is a lot of hardware and a lot of channels. The problem is that the best features only unlock if you own an LG TV. Wow Orchestra, which combines your TV speakers with the soundbar, requires a 2024 LG OLED. Wow Interface, which enables wireless TV to soundbar connection with full Dolby Atmos, also requires a compatible LG TV. Without an LG TV, you are paying $1,500 for a soundbar system where the flagship features on the marketing page simply do not apply to you. And then there are the reliability issues. Customer reviews on Best Buy and B&H Photo report persistent Wi-Fi connectivity problems between the soundbar and LG televisions. Some users report spending 10 to 15 minutes trying to get the soundbar to connect before giving up. The remote control feels cheap for a $1,500 system with confusing button icons and limited functionality. And what Hi-Fi gave the S95TR just 3 out of 5 stars, noting tonal inconsistencies between the soundbar and surround speakers, overbearing bass, and a lack of 3-dimensionality. For $1,500, those are not minor complaints. Those are fundamental audio problems. Creative Stage 5 II. The Creative Stage 5 II costs $110. $110. And it comes with a dedicated wired subwoofer included in the box. Try finding that at this price from Sonos, Bose, or Samsung. You cannot. The soundbar has two 2.25-inch full-range drivers, and the subwoofer has a 5.25-inch side-firing driver delivering 80 watts RMS total power. That is a 2.1 channel system with real bass at a price where most competitors only give you a standalone bar. Connectivity is where the Creative Stage 5 II genuinely embarrasses the premium brands. It has HDMI-A/RC, optical digital input, USB-C for direct PC and gaming console connection, a 3.5mm aux input, and Bluetooth 5.0. That is 5 connection options on a $110 soundbar. The Devialet Dione at $2,400 does not even have USB-C. Tom's Guide gave the Creative Stage 5 their Best Soundbar Award and called it a masterclass in doing more with less. Expert reviews called it the king of budget soundbars. The genuine weakness here is that it is only 26.8 inches wide, so it does not visually match TVs over 50 inches, and it does not have Dolby Atmos. But if your priority is clear, punchy audio with a real subwoofer, and you do not want to spend 4 figures to get it, the Creative Stage 5 II is the smartest $110 you will ever spend on home audio. Best for desk setups, bedrooms, small living rooms, and anyone who refuses to pay $900 for a bar with no subwoofer. Vizio 5.1 Soundbar SE. The Vizio 5.1 Soundbar SE, model SV510X, retails for $198. For that price, you get a 33-inch soundbar, a wireless compact subwoofer, and 2 wireless surround speakers. That is a full 5.1 channel system with Dolby Atmos and DTS:X support for under $200. Read that again. Dolby Atmos DTS:X, wireless subwoofer, wireless rear speakers, $198. The Sonos Arc Ultra gives you none of those extras for $999. The subwoofer reaches down to 50 Hertz. The soundbar has Bluetooth 5.2 for wireless music streaming, and HDMI EARC ensures you get the highest quality audio from your TV. It also has clear dialogue mode for boosting voice clarity, which is the feature most people actually want from a soundbar. Artings named it the best soundbar under $200, and multiple budget roundups for 2026 put it at the top of their lists. The weak spot is build quality. At this price, the plastics feel lighter than premium options, and the surround speakers are not going to fill a massive room the way a $1,500 system would. But for a medium-sized living room, where you want genuine surround sound without spending a month's rent, the Vizio SV510X delivers specs that make the premium brands look embarrassing. Best for medium living rooms, movie nights, and anyone who wants true 5.1 surround without the true 5.1 price tag. Hisense AX5140Q. And now the number one gem, the Hisense AX5140Q costs $350. For $350, you get a true 5.1.4 channel Dolby Atmos system with 10 total speakers. The package includes a full-size soundbar with front-firing and up-firing drivers, a wireless subwoofer, and 2 wireless rear satellite speakers that also have their own up-firing Atmos drivers. That is 4 dedicated height channels for overhead Dolby Atmos effects at a price where Bose gives you a single bar with 0 height channels and 0 subwoofer. Let me put this in perspective. The Sonos Arc Ultra costs $999 and does not include rear speakers or a subwoofer. The Hisense AX5140Q costs $350 and includes both, plus 4 up-firing Atmos drivers across the system. It supports both Dolby Atmos and DTS:X. It has HDMI EARC and Bluetooth 5.3, and the setup is almost comically easy because the rear speakers and subwoofer come pre-paired to the soundbar out of the box. What Hi-Fi gave the comparable Hisense AX5125H model their 2025 award and called it arguably the biggest Dolby Atmos bargain of the year. Reviewers on Best Buy consistently rate it 4 stars and above, praising the theater-like experience for the price. The genuine weaknesses are that the subwoofer can have a slight timing lag with rhythmically dense music, and the HDMI pass-through is capped at 4K at 60 Hz, so hardcore gamers running 4K at 120 Hz will not get full pass-through support. There is also no Wi-Fi, so you cannot use it as a multi-room speaker like you can with Sonos. But for pure home theater performance per dollar, nothing on this list comes close. The Hisense AX5140Q gives you 85% of what a $1,500 system delivers for 23% of the price. Best for home theater enthusiasts, movie lovers, and anyone who wants real Dolby Atmos height effects without real Dolby Atmos prices. So let's recap. Sonos, Bose, Samsung, Devialet, LG, 5 brands charging you a combined $7,798 for ecosystem lock-in and missing features. Creative Stage 5.2, Vizio 5.1, Soundbar SE, Hisense AX5140Q, 3 gems that deliver the same or better performance for a combined total of $658. Here's my final verdict. If I had one budget and one choice, it is the Hisense AX5140Q at $350. You get a full 514 Dolby Atmos system with wireless subwoofer, wireless rear speakers, up-firing height channels, and both Dolby Atmos and DTS:X support. For the price of just the Devialet remote control, you are getting an entire surround sound system that delivers genuinely immersive audio. Now, who should still buy the premium brands? If you are deep in the Sonos ecosystem with multi-room audio throughout your house, the Arc Ultra makes sense as part of that larger system. If you have a Samsung TV and want the tightest possible integration, the Q990D's ecosystem features are legitimately impressive when they work. And if you are a professional audio engineer or interior designer who needs a soundbar that doubles as a conversation piece, the Devialet Dione is undeniably beautiful. But for 95% of people watching this video, the hidden gems deliver more sound, more features, and more value than any of the premium brands want you to know about. If this video just saved you $600 or more, you know what to do. Drop a comment and tell me which soundbar you currently own. I read every single one. Next week, I am exposing the wireless earbuds market. One brand in particular charges $300 for a pair with a driver you can match for $60. You probably own it right now.